Guys, how is everybody doing? So tonight we got the returning of Chucky season 3. We got the first half of it back in October of 2023. I talked about all four of those episodes back when they came out, so go watch those if you want to. And so we finally got the final few episodes. The reason it was split into two parts, if you are not aware or probably forgot, there was an actor and writer's strike going on as this was coming out and premiering. So they released the four episodes that were finished, and until they got what they wanted, they were going to delay this, and they figured them out. And now we have them premiering, and for the next 4 weeks, I will be talking about the rest of the four episodes premiering every Wednesday. So come check out my channel every Wednesday for the next 4 weeks to check out my thoughts on the rest of season 3 of Chucky. And I thoroughly enjoyed that first half. I thought it was a pretty good first half, and it had me interested again and had me intrigued once again on Chucky because after season 2, I was a bit wonky. But I was pleasantly surprised with the first four episodes, and I was really intrigued to see what they would do. Before I give my thoughts, sorry if I sound like I have like a wisp or I am talking weird. I got my braces taken off today, as you can see, and I'm wearing a retainer on the top and bottom of my teeth, and my teeth kind of hurt, so it's gonna be hard to talk. So if it sounds like I'm talking weird, that's the reason why. So please forgive me if it sounds a little weird to you. But yeah, I was really excited when the rest of the episodes were talked about premiering and when they were premiering and when the release date was coming out. And so I'm a huge Chucky fan. For those of you now finding me, I'm a huge Chucky fan. As you can tell by the doll and pajamas and I believe a few things back here, but I love Chucky. He's one of my favorite horror icons. Probably actually is my favorite. So yeah, episode 5, which was called "Dress to Kill" or some shit like that. I can't remember the episode title, but it was something like "Death Comes to Kill Her." I can't remember the title, but anyways. So episode 5. It's okay episode. It's a decent episode. Not a bad, but not a good episode. It's a decent start. If anything, it feels weird maybe because we had such a long break from Chucky. I uh had I had to refresh my memory a little bit. I rewatched the other four episodes yesterday and a little bit today, so I had to refresh my memory. So maybe that kind of killed the hype for me a little bit. Kind of like Invincible in a way. But yeah, it's a decent episode. They introduced a few things to where it kind of feels like a season 4 now since we had to wait so long. And it was kind of weird to watch it, and it's like, oh yeah, this is season 3. So I had a bit of an issue with that, but I could forgive them. It was due to personal issues, really. But yeah, this episode seemed to introduce a lot more too, like with the supernatural, like ghost type things in a way. It's weird because they introduce like ghosts in a way, supernatural stuff, which I don't know how to feel about right now. But yet again, this is the first episode where they're talking about it really and like exploring it. We got details and hints about it in the very first episode of this season, so and maybe now since they talked about that and now they're like really doing something here and there with that, maybe I'm just mixed on it as of right now, but yet again they only talked about it for one episode now, so I can forgive them for that. Maybe as we go along I'll start to like it more and possibly love it, or maybe I will dislike it more and possibly hate it, but we'll see. This show this show's weird. And I was really interested to see what they were doing with Devon Sawa in this episode, going along with the supernatural stuff, where they were kind of making him seem crazy. He was seeing visions of his son Jacob or something like that. Was it Jacob? Oh God, what was it? It started with a J. It was like fuck. What was it? God, can't remember the name. I'm sorry. Please correct me in the comments below if you do remember it. I'm a bit tired, so I can't remember. So he was seeing his dead son in like a spirit. We saw that in the last episode, episode 4, back in October, which was a Halloween episode. God, Halloween was like almost 8 months ago. I am old as fuck, and time flies. But they were hinting at that in the fourth episode, and they continued that in this episode, which I was really interested to see what they were going to do here. But what this entire series has been doing, they introduce something, you think it's going to go somewhere, and you think they're going to do something with that. But what do? They kill it off, and you think they're going to do something with that with Devon Sawa, but they don't because they end up killing him in this episode when you think they're going to do something with that, explore with that, and try to explain to you why he might be seeing these things. Either he's going crazy or Chucky might be doing something, maybe. I don't know, but we're probably not going to get the answer because Chucky ends up killing him, which I was a little upset about. Because I wanted to see where that was going to go, but once again, they introduce something and then they kill it off. But speaking of Chucky, I really like the design of Chucky in this episode where he's like old and wrinkling and aging. If you did not catch the other four episodes, to where he apparently did something with Downballo, something about the exorcism in season 2, to where it kind of messed that all up, to where he is now fully aging now. Now he's going to die. He's going to turn into old age, and the design and the look of Chucky in his old age looks absolutely fantastic. I think he even looks creepier and kind of scarier that way, which is weird. I really like that design of Chucky. It's a great design. I like what they're doing with him, how they're making him old and weak. I like what they're doing with Chucky. And there's jokes in this episode which I thought was funny about old age. Like he went to go stab the mom, like the president's wife, and he's like holding the knife, like, and then she just walks away and doesn't know. Somebody makes like a dick joke, and he goes, "God, I can't even get it up anymore. How embarrassing." It was good. I like that side Chucky when he's funny and quirking a little bit, which I did like how they made old age jokes in here like that. I hope they don't go over repetitive with that. I hope they don't overuse that joke in this season, which I think would be pretty annoying after a while. This episode is more focusing on Devon Sawa's family and the president side with like that stuff going on. That was what more this episode was focusing on, was more about them. If anything else, they didn't really do anything else. It was more about focusing on them, which I'm not against, but when I'm here to see Chucky and I'm here to see what they're going to do with him after the old age, after the mid-season finale of season 3, I was really I was really excited to see what they were going to do with him, what they were going to do, but this episode was mostly focusing on them, which I'm still interested. And speaking of that, I really like what they're doing with Lexi and the older brother. I believe his name is like Gabe or something like that. Oh my god, I'm horrible with names today. But Lexi and the president's son, the oldest son, I forget his name. I like what they're doing with them so far. I really enjoy what they're doing with building out a relationship with Lexi and her getting like a new boyfriend, presumably, which she has not had a boyfriend since Junior, since season 1. And I like what they're doing there. I'm really interested to see that. And once again, Lexi's the best written character in the show so far. After season 1, she became the best character out of the three kids. And speaking of which, I don't know how to feel about Jake and Devon. They're more exploring about their sexual desires in a way, to where they're now losing their virginity, which I won't talk too much about. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want that to be their entire character and their whole relationship problems. I want them to do more with Jake and Devon, but they're really focusing on Jake and Devon's relationship and about sexual desires, which I'm not against, and I support LGBTQ, and I'm proud Dom is doing that because he is a gay person. He's basically putting his character into the Jake character, himself into the Jake character, which I'm proud of. But I really want them to do more. I want them to do more with Jake and Devon, but they're just doing the same thing every episode, which it's getting boring and repetitive. Which we'll see where that goes. And the final note I want to leave off on is, I really like the joke when Chucky's flipping through the TV when he's old and he sees all the other killer dolls. He sees the boy from the Boy movie, which I've still never seen and I will never watch. And then you get the Sleepy Hollow, Dead Silence doll Billy, which is directed by James Wan, and they make fun of him. And he's like, he didn't even get a franchise. And then, of course, they brought up Megan. Don Mancini has been teasing the crossover with Chucky and Megan. Not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but we got it, and it was him flip through the channel, and we see the Megan dance, the most popular dance with that, which, oh my god. It was great to see them make fun of that. And he was making a joke and he was watching that dance and he goes, "Oh, kill me now." I like seeing him make fun of Megan. Chucky forever, fuck Megan. But yeah, I like that joke. That was a pretty funny joke. I like how Don added that. I don't know how everybody will feel about that, but personally, watching that, I was like, that is hilarious. I'm glad they did that. But yeah, Chucky season 3, episode 5. It's a decent episode so far. It's a okay part introduction to part 2. So far, I am intrigued to see what they will do with the rest of the 3 episodes. I'm pretty excited about that. So what did you guys watch this episode tonight, or are you watching it on Peacock on Thursday? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did watch this episode, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on season 3 as a whole so far? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. And if you like this video, like it. And if you want to see more Chucky content like this, then subscribe, hit the bell notification, so you will get notified for all of my latest videos. And until my next video, I'll see you all next time.